Ariel, if I could marry her brain, it would be amazing.
If you need anything technical,
she is down to earth, she's fun, she's very easy to network with.
Anything systems oriented,
just anything web dev techie that I don't understand, Ariel has swooped in and fixed. And she's my accountability bulldog.
She is a queen.
Anything infrastructure related.
She is helpful and she helps guide and answer all your questions that you have about growing your business and networking and getting started.
She gives me life. She just gives me life.
Ariel Reynal is your girl. Welcome to the TrepTECH podcast with your host, Ariel Reynal.
I just want to marry her brain. She's a genius.
Welcome back to the TrepTECH podcast. Things are kicking up here on TrepTECH. It's starting to get really exciting. Not that it never was before, but it's definitely getting more exciting as we go. And it's a lot of fun. It's turning into a game.
It is. Yes.
How you doing, Ariel?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excited for this one because I'm a nerd. I was a gamer growing up. And so when you told me about what you wanted to talk about today, I got immediately way too jazzed up.
I thought you were about to say something else.
Way too jazzed up. So what are we talking about today?
Gamification. Because I love it. It's so much fun. I just won a Golden Hamster Award, and I can tell you more about that. And I'm just so excited. It's the simplest thing.
I definitely want to know about this Golden Hamster Award because it sounds pretty ridiculous. What's going on?
All right. So about, I think 11 days ago, I signed up for Member Vault. But if within 10 days you get your account up and running and they step you through it, you get the Golden Hamster Award. And so what is the Golden Hamster Award and what do you get with it? It's a coveted award in the Member Vault, and you get a badge that you can use for sharing and gloating about your awesome skills, Evergreen Showcase on Member Vault website, Evergreen Showcase in their knowledge base, individual post shout out in the collab and Facebook page, sharing my link, shout out to their email list, sharing my link, and unlock a not available for sale bonus. And I got it. Yes.
Okay, so let's backtrack a minute. Member Vault is what?
It's a binge and buy marketplace. So the whole thing about it is it kind of takes away the normal funnel as we know it.
Okay.
And it has where all of your courses, your one-on-one services, your membership sites are in one location.
Okay.
And the thing is that for the subscriber hub or your free resource hub, you have free resources there. But also once someone has access to the free resources, they see all your other available products and services.
Okay.
So it's kind of like going to, actually what they mentioned is going to the Apple store. You go in, and I know it happened to me when I went to Verizon. I went in, I was buying a phone because my phone just said goodbye. And I was like, well, since I'm in here, I might as well get a watch, some headphones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Buy the whole store. So that's pretty much the theory behind it.
Is this what you're running TrepTECH through now? Because I have no idea how technology works. So
It is. So I'm moving from one platform, and not that I didn't love the other platform, but I really love this one. This really sounds like an ad, doesn't it? Oh, well. But I really love this one because the user experience is even easy.
Okay.
And I love the binge and buy marketplace as well, because I was looking for something like that.
Well, that's awesome. So, and you said it yourself, the user experience has been better too. So that's a plus. So Member Vault, TrepTECH Academy is on it. Definitely go check it out if you are trying to do something similar. But this Golden Hamster thing. So let me get this straight. You sign up for Member Vault. They give you 10 days to jumpstart your membership or your course or your account or whatever. Put stuff in it, invite your list to it. And then they gave you a Golden Hamster Award, which sounds like a bunch of shout outs, an
Right.
exclusive deal, and the only thing you cared about this badge. Bragging rights. That is where they got you.
But it worked. So I'm wondering how to do that for TrepTECH because I absolutely love it.
So like, I'm really excited about this because there's tons of ways to gamify things, and I grew up gaming every kind, like board games, video games, like crosswords and word searches. Like I was a kid who just enjoyed wasting his time. So what you're right that like a lot of gamification is based on some kind of reward system. And I love that like a digital badge is enough for a lot of people. Cause like Jesse, if you're listening, I'm sorry. Our producer at Podcast Bay, Jesse, is a massive gamer. And I watch this guy playing Call of Duty, and he will spend hours upon hours upon hours playing this game so that he ranks up. Okay. Now, this rank is literally, it works just like ranking in the military. You know, you get 1 chevron, then you get 2 chevrons, then you get 3 chevrons, and then it adds a little thing on top of the chevrons, and then it changes again. And you do this 60 times. And every time you do it, the picture changes, and you get a cooler logo and a cooler logo, right? And then to top that off, if that's not exciting enough, right? You get these little unlocks to your weaponry and to your gear and to your camouflage so you can look a little cooler, right? So he will spend countless hours getting all of the unlocks, and he's a perfectionist, like he's a completionist. He won't stop until everything is unlocked. But when he turns that system off and rejoins his life, it's digital, right? Like it's completely digital. So the gamification there isn't about what you get at all. It's about how exciting it is to feel like you're accomplishing stuff.
And especially for those who are competitive at heart.
Yes. It fires you up because when Jesse turns off his PlayStation, he doesn't have like a jacket with all of those medals and accolades on it. It's 100% for the pure enjoyment of it. So like what I love about what Member Vault did is they gave you this award, which was a digital badge. They gave you some visibility, which is always cool. And then they gave you something you can't get anywhere else because it's not for sale, which is awesome. And there's a little bit of secrecy there because they didn't tell us what that was. But regardless, gamifying TrepTECH could be cool in a lot of ways.
So you want to talk about it? You want to let our audience hear as we hash it out?
A strategy session on the air. I don't know. I guess so. That'd be fun.
So a couple of things that are available is a leaderboard. So anytime somebody goes into a course or engages with the platform, like when they come to my site and they engage in a platform, they get points for certain activities.
Okay.
And then that shows up on the leaderboard. So the top 10 most active people will show up on that, and everybody can see that. You can also unlock bonuses by gaining some of those points. We can put in bonuses, bonus modules or whatever that unlock when people get a certain amount of points. And then we could do something like the Golden Hamster Award to kickstart the whole program when someone joins.
Okay. That's kind of cool, though. There's a lot of ways to do that. Like, that's interesting. So what I'm seeing is there's a potential to almost have like a top 10 ranking system of some kind. And we would have live access to be able to see who's in our top 10, most engaged people in the academy, which is exciting. And we could give something of value to each of those top 10s. Since you were in the military, could you imagine if we did a rank for each of those top 10 people? And gave them, like, as you rank up, there's an increasingly valuable perk for you.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And I mean, it doesn't have to be anything huge, but maybe if you're top of the leaderboard, you get something that's a little extra. And maybe it's a physical good or a tangible good of some kind, and then as you scroll back, it's more and more digitized.
Nice. Okay. And unlocking bonuses. What kind of bonuses could we unlock?
Well, like when I'm thinking about it, there's a lot of different ways to do that. It could be bonus trainings that people don't get otherwise. It could actually just be that we give them access to us.
Okay.
After
Would you be willing to give 1 free month of podcast production?
That maybe that's a lot for my, like, I'd have to pretty much run that by my team. We don't have a lot of open space for production. We have,
Uh-huh.
will bottleneck, but potentially my time, I'd be okay to trade that off because then I'm not speaking on my team's behalf.
Got it.
I'd be happy to potentially give away like a one-on-one consultation or, a strategy session of some kind to sit down and map out monetization or audience growth or something cool like that. Launch even,
Mm-hmm.
that would be cool.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, you know what? While we're sitting here talking about what could we offer, we should just ask our people.
Yeah. If we were to gamify TrepTECH, what would you want to see as prizes and bonuses? What would help you?
So wrecking our brains.
Yeah, really.
Ask your audience, survey your audience.
So moving outside of the technical nuts and bolts that we're doing right now, the concept of gamification is a lot of fun. I'd love to go on a little bit of a tangent, if you'll allow it, Ariel, about gamifying.
Go ahead. I'll reel you back in if need be.
Cool. It's a concept that I've been studying a lot, and I find it really exciting, to the point where when I first set up the very first Podcast Bay course or membership, I had everything ranked and gamified. Like, you would have to complete these courses to earn medals, and they looked like little patches. They had skull and crossbone patches, and they were all different colors: emerald, sapphire, gold, ruby, just to get people amped up and to make it feel like it was a big accomplishment. And the reason why I wanted to do that was because growing up a gamer, the feeling of winning is bar none one of the coolest feelings ever.
It is. It is.
And you're competitive, so I know, like, you and I will literally just get into strategy meetings and we're competing to see who knows more.
You just called me out. Okay.
So you're competitive, and I love that. But there was this game that completely consumed 3 years of my life. And I don't mean like 3 years of playing off and on. I mean, I played it for about 7 years. And they had a command that you could type in /played to find out how long you've been playing. 3 years logged in playing.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's called World of Warcraft. So anyone who's listening.
I remember hearing about that.
Anyone who's listening in who are WoW heads, yeah, I was one of them. And the thing is with WoW is it was so gamified and so addictive and so attractive that it consumed people's lives. So tons of people way smarter than us went out and did these studies on this game to find out why. And they had gamified it in a lot of different ways. And I want to kind of break them down and explain how you could kind of do them in business.
Go ahead, Gamehead.
Yeah, I was so excited for this. So the first thing they did was play to your instant gratification. Okay. So as you're playing this game, you walk along and you see someone who's in need of help. You go over, so right away, you're feeling gallant. You want to go help. So you go and you talk to this person and they're like, hey, I need you to go do this task. You go do it, you come back, they're like, thank you. Here's something you didn't have before. And they give you an item. That immediately starts pumping dopamine into your head because you just got something. Not even a real something. Okay, forget that. Your mind doesn't care. Your mind was like, oh my God, I helped that lady. I got an apple. I can eat now. This is awesome. I'm going to keep that tucked away somewhere. Let's go find the next person who needs help. Maybe I'll get more stuff. Okay, so people really love the cause and effect of I do a thing and I get immediately gratified. Okay, so if you can somehow find a way to gratify people every time they do a progress step, it can make a big difference. It could be something as small as a, hey, good job, nice work, acknowledging it if they complete a module in your course or if they've been a member of your thing for a month. But it could be like actual rewards, like make their first sale, they get a little graphic with a trophy on it with money signs, like every little thing they accomplish, you feed that instant gratification thing because no one celebrates small victories.
That's so true.
World of Warcraft celebrated the smallest of victory. You kill 5 sewer rats, you get an apple. Hooray! Like, so as you're walking along this path and you're finding more and more people, the game starts to get redundant. Okay, because it's the same thing. It's the same concept over and over again. Go collect these, or go kill this, or go to this place and talk to so and so. All the same thing. So, in order for you to continuously repeat the same pattern, they had to make it more fun. They ramped up the quality of the reward. Okay, so it was no longer an apple, it was a sword that you can't get anywhere else. So, we're talking about your bonus content here, right?
That's exclusive.
You give them something that's worth going after. Some people call it dangling the carrot, but it sure beats trying to push a whole horde of people uphill. So you gamify it a little bit, and you give them something more exclusive to go after, because all of a sudden instant gratification is getting boring. Now they need a purpose or a goal. So the other thing about World of Warcraft is it allowed for differentiation. Okay, it allowed people to be creative. No two people played the game the same way.
Wow.
No two people learn the same way. Okay, so within your business, if you want to make it fun for people, you have to make it engage how they engage. Because the more it is set up in a way that they enjoy it, the better. What I mean by that is some people read, some people listen, some people watch video. And if you have an element of all of those things, you'll catch more different styles of onboarding information.
And then some people learn by doing.
Yeah, exactly. So having practical there is really good. And again, you can give people tasks for completing the practical. So with this whole thing on WoW is no one played different, but also no one really looked different. Or no one looked the same, sorry. Everyone got to wear their armor and dye it different colors and do all these things. So everyone was personalized too, right? So let's say you have someone who exceeds in sales and they're taking your business course, but then you have someone who's really good at marketing, okay? And they're taking your course, or they're in your academy, or they're doing whatever they're doing. Set up awards for each of these tiers. When you get 1 sale, when you get 5 sales, when you get 10 sales, when you get 25 sales. If the marketer steps into an arena that's all sales oriented, they're going to fail. So on the marketing side, your first 100 profile followers, or your first 1,000 listeners to your podcast, or set up tiers and awards that these people could almost wear on their chest like medals of honor.
And then people are interacting because they want to let you know what their status is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look at, for instance, I don't know if anyone uses TripAdvisor, but if you go and review something on TripAdvisor, you literally get this restaurant reviewer reward. Unlock the next one with 3 more reviews.
Oh.
So then you go and you review 3 more restaurants, and then you get the next one, level 3. Unlock it in 5 more reviews. They're making you do that little extra work, but they're giving you, and then there's a hotel review one. There's attractions and travel. Like, they have all these different types of badges based on the activities you do. So it makes you more likely to engage with the topic because it feels like it's there for you and you get that instant gratification. Again, it's just a digital medal. It doesn't amount to anything at all.
Right? But
anything at all.
Go for it. We go after it.
Right? And then because I don't have to go stay at 5-star resorts, but I love to eat food, I can just excel in the restaurant thing. So, find out the kinds of behaviors that your consumers excel at and reward them for doing more of it.
I love that.
Because then the people who are really good at sales within your circle are going to look at the people who are really good at marketing within your circle, are going to look at the people who are really good at systems within your circle, and they're all going to need each other.
And then that's where collaboration comes in. And I love collaborating.
Yes, and that's the other reason WoW did so well. You could team up with 40 other players and go storm a castle together and get a group, right?
Wow for WoW.
you could create guilds. I was a guild leader, go figure, and the guild had a bank within it, and everyone contributed to the bank so that the entire guild was rich, right? And so each individual person would go out and do their quests, and they'd come back, and then of course everyone would keep their own individual stuff. But just out of the generosity of their own hearts, everybody dumped into the guild what they didn't need. So new players to the game, as they were coming in, wouldn't struggle as hard. So in your business, if you have a way to collaborate, join a collective, pool resources together, and help out anyone new coming in, you're going to get a hell of a reputation quickly.
That's amazing.
Yeah. As you leveled up in this game, they started employing more of these types of tactics, okay? So once you hit level 70, which was the max when I quit playing, so yeah, you had to grind through 70 times, okay? The same type
wow.
of stuff. And it took years. It took a long time. And as you build these characters up, you start unlocking different abilities. Okay, so from level 1, you're very basic, much like entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
But at level 70, you might as well be indestructible, much like entrepreneurship. But every level you grow, you learn a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so we as entrepreneurs, we grow every day and we learn new things every day and we do things every day. And it's all by practical and practicing and doing the things and reading and learning, right?
Right.
But if
right.
someone looked at me and went, Scott, you are a podcast producer level 55 and a business owner level 17 out of a maximum of 99 each, you know I'd want to be a 99 in both of those things.
True.
And if there were measurable action steps I could take to get there, are you kidding me?
Love it.
Right? So like actually gamifying your progress. Create a character sheet for yourself and gauge like what level are you as an entrepreneur and what would it take for you to be level 100? You know, how much money do you need to be earning? What skills do you need to master? And it'll help you realize that you can't get to level 100 right now. You kind of have to start at level 1 and build, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing WoW did really well. But again, when you were at level 70, there was an air of exclusivity about it. It was like coveted. It was like, I'm maximum level. I'm amazing. I hang out with the rest of the best in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And we all get together and do things that you 69 and below cannot do. We get special access to special places that are extra difficult and you can't. And we get armor and gear and swords and weapons and horses that you'll never have because we're level 70 and we get to do these things. So what that did is it made you want to get to the top tier, much like MLMs, right? It makes you want to get
Mhm.
to the top tier so that you enjoy all these exclusive perks and benefits, like a trip somewhere on a yacht or a whatever it happens to be. You're hanging out with all these top level people and you're rubbing shoulders with the best. And so it's more of a camaraderie thing at the top than it is about building anymore.
Mhm.
So while you're collaborating, while you're building all of this reputation, you're starting to make friends, you're starting to become amazing. Once you get to the top, you look around and what's there for your people? Are you offering them joint venture opportunities? Are you partnering up with them? Are you guys going on like a resort trip together because you all made boatloads of money this year together because you're fueling your community properly? Like, what is it that you guys are doing at the top? Because then that gives people a goal to aim for, because that's one thing about entrepreneurship, just like WoW. In WoW, when you were a level 1 and you walked into the big city, they pretty much paraded the level 70s in front of you on day 1. So you're looking at these people who all look so cool and have all these cool things, and
And you
you
want to be
want it.
like them.
You
Mhm.
want it. You know, you identify the character on the map you even want to be. You're like, that's me. That's going to be me in 70 levels. We do that as entrepreneurs. We look at the Lisa Nichols of the world. We look at the Grant Cardones of the world. We look at the Gary V's of the world. We look at the, Damon Johns of the world, and we want to be them. We see their money. We see their lifestyle. We see what they drive. We see where they live, and we want it. Those
Exactly.
are our level 70s,
Mhm.
you know? And so, but they started like us at level 1. They started with drug addictions and they started with problems and they started with homelessness and they started with businesses that failed, and they just kept learning and leveling, right?
And no one believing in them. Teen pregnancies, divorce, abuse,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much.
All of that.
But that makes them relatable. So it's like, okay, they overcame this, so I can as well.
Yeah. So, and that was the thing about gamifying, is when you looked at those 70s, you aspired to be them. But making the link across, like we still aspire to be these real life people who have all this stuff, right? So, and they all tell you reverse engineer my process and you'll get here.
Mm-hmm.
But no one knows what reverse engineering is really. And it literally is the act of saying at level 1, I'll be this. At level 2, I'll be this. At level 3, I'll be this. See, that's engineering it. Reverse is
Right.
going at level 99. Grant Cardone has Cardone Capital. He has his, beautiful home. He's got his Rolls Royce. He's got the beautiful wife, the kids, the money, the real estate. What did he have at level 98? So what did he have last year?
But
What
you
did he
know,
have
that gets so hard because you forget where you were at level 1. So that's why I like documenting along the way.
Yep. But as
Because
far
it's
as
like we wake up one day and we forget about how we were when we didn't know all the stuff that we know now.
well, absolutely. And I mean, gamifying is so much fun in that regard because you're basically building like a fun system, but it doesn't have to be complicated at all.
And
Like
I tend to overcomplicate things.
like crazy. So like why not take for instance, let's say you want to up your podcast listens. Why not create a crossword puzzle? You can go online and generate a crossword puzzle. Listen to 20 episodes, do 10 across 10, and give people timestamps. What word did I say at blank? 9 across. And people will go listen to all 20 episodes to get the answers. And then you say, submit this to me and I'll give you a free membership for a month to TrepTECH.
That is freaking awesome.
I know, right?
Who knew you were creative?
Games, man, games, right? So that's one of the things you can do. You can put
Oh my God, wait a minute. I am so stoked over the crossword podcast thingy scavenger hunt.
Yeah, scavenger hunt. That's another one. Send people out looking for Easter eggs, and if they collect them all and have the right answer, they get a gift voucher for 15% off of something you offer.
Mm-hmm.
Make them go take a selfie with an old biker. Make them go have lunch in a new place to take a selfie. Have people go out having fun on account of entrepreneurship. Go, set up your sales call for this week. Have people do these things and send you proof. And keep it on a folder in your computer. And the first person who ticks all the boxes, maybe they get an exclusive one-on-one call to map out their business. Or, maybe and everyone who participates gets a gift voucher. That's going to stimulate sales. It's going to have people having a blast. And then someone gets something free that might take you a half an hour to fulfill.
Right.
Right? Like, so many ways.
Okay, we need to start this like yesterday.
Yeah. And that's just for starters, for the Jessies of the world, right? The people, like I said, have a graphic designer mock up a bunch of medals, or a bunch of like golden hamster, golden cow, golden dragon, golden horseshoe, golden I don't give a shit. Okay. Like whatever you want, silver, bronze, platinum, like, jewel tones, go nuts. Create little emojis that you can give to people who accomplish different tasks within your community. Seriously, just throw out a Facebook group or an email that says so-and-so made 5 sales calls this month. They get, bronze salesman award or bronze saleswoman award, if you're all accepting and all inclusive, which we are here.
And now I remember how I was when I was in direct sales with Pink Zebra, just saying, hey, these are the top 3 recruiters in the team. These are the top sales people in the team. This person did this person got promoted, this person that. So it's pretty much the same concept.
Yeah, it is. Like you could literally make an award for the least absent person. So literally just someone showing up every day. Like literally you could give someone an award, like a little digital award for showing up every day. You showed up every day for a month. Good for you. That's going to make them show up 10 times harder next month.
And then when you show up, you accomplish things.
Right. So that's my point, is like take the tasks people hate and encourage them for doing it. Because you always hear that if there's something you want more out of people, you have to reinforce the behavior. Acknowledge them for doing it. Acknowledge them for doing it again. Acknowledge them for doing it again. Give them something for doing it a few times and seeing results. Pat on the back. Take them out for lunch. Something. It doesn't have to be huge, but like just those little gestures that reward people along the way is massive, you know? So that's a way you can do it. Set up a contest. A contest is gamified, right? Give people an objective, have everyone run toward it. So maybe it's invite as many friends as you can to join TrepTECH this month, you know, and the top 3 people get, maybe it's a financial bonus because people are buying, or maybe it's gift cards to an audiobook thing.
Amazon.
Like, yeah.
Because you can use that for anything.
Yeah, it's less about what you give and more about that feeling of giving someone something fun to participate in. You know, the reward is more so a mental thing. It's not about the value of the reward. It's about the fact that they were rewarded. Your brain sees $1 and $1,000 the same way at the end of the day. The magnitude is different, but it's all positive feeling, positive feeling, positive feeling. So don't feel like you don't have enough to give, because you can gamify literally with 15-minute laser coaching sessions, or, you know, stuff like that. Like,
that's a good point for those
right?
who are like, what would I give?
Yeah, if it's stimulating sales and you want to kick back some money because these people are selling on your behalf, then great. It's called a referral program anyway. You know, like, it's not like just turn it into a contest, package it differently, you know? But for the people who don't necessarily want to spread wealth that way, there's other ways you could do it with your time or resources, or put together a really cool exclusive mail out for the top 3 winners, or all kinds of things you can do. Contests are awesome.
So we need to get to surveying our audience to see what kind of perks that they would love, that would motivate them.
Yeah. And turning it into really fun ways. Because, you know, simple game. You and I did it in the TrepTECH page. I don't know how, when we first started it.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember what I'm talking about?
The poll. Who do you love?
Who do you
Team
love?
Ariel or Team Scott? Yeah.
And like within a few days, we were up to 50 votes. I was in the lead sometimes. You were in the lead sometimes. People jumped on board. We were able to post about it a few times. And it wasn't the same mindless crap you always see on social media. Oh, my life is hard. Or I've got this little secret you need to buy. Or you need to be different, and here's why. It was literally just, who do you love?
And it motivated us to send it out to our email list too. Because I was like, look, P.S. Scott's winning. We cannot have this. And then you came the next day like, hey, go over.
I was like, hey, my life is hard.
Better about myself.
my life is hard, and I started a popularity contest that I'm losing. Help.
But also we got good feedback from people. So people who know both of us, they're like, I don't know who to choose. You're both so awesome. I mean, just things like that. So that's fun. And I need to go check today to make sure my people are coming out for me.
And it's simple, but it gave people, but what happened as a result of it, we started getting likes on our page. We got a listener spike in the podcast numbers. We got a bunch of our friends who don't engage with our business stuff to engage in business stuff. Because it just so means we're hitting a new audience, because more of our stuff is going to show up on their page. Right. So like the result of just doing this one little gamified thing that seemed so invaluable, you know, no one got value out of it, but it was something they could engage with easily. They got to feel like they were supporting one of us, and they had fun. So instant gratification.
Just like the Android versus Apple post I did.
Yeah. Simple. That is more of a debate than it is a game. But if you would have put it in, if you would have put it in poll format, it would have then become a game, because that's part of game. Like, games are interactive and fun, right? So like, seriously, like,
I didn't realize it would take off like it did.
100.
So now I'm like, darn, I should have put it a poll.
But yeah, like when you think about it, gamifying doesn't have to be hard. Just look at your business and say, where can I allow people to have a little more fun? Where can I motivate people with fun? And that'll catch people like Jesse. Jesse's not a results guy. Jesse doesn't care about results. Jesse cares about how much fun he's having while he's getting the results.
And we talk about business doesn't have to be boring. It can be fun. So that's right up our alley.
One thing I will say is that if you're intending to start a business, don't play World of Warcraft because you'll be 3 years late starting. And I think that's everything I need to say about gamification. It's a blast and it's a lot easier than you think. You just have to be creative.
Well, thank you so much for bringing in your point of view. I didn't realize you were such a heavy gamer, or at least used to be. So you brought up some valid points when it came to WoW and the other games and gamification that you've experienced. Really appreciate that. I'm over here taking notes to find out how we can implement that into the whole TrepTECH situation.
Yeah. It's definitely a thing of like, where can you reward people? Where can you collaborate? And where can you have the people who do well reward the new people coming in? If you can find ways to make all of that fun, you'll have a blast and you'll do a lot better within your business.
All right, close the episode out.
And with that, if you need any help gamifying your business, you can definitely check out Member Vault if that's something you're going to need. And the link for that is in the show notes. You can definitely go check that out. And you can check out TrepTECH Academy because we are going to have some bonus stuff on how to gamify. And of course, if you pick up a membership, you'll get an even more in-depth look on things like that, as well as pretty much every other process you could possibly imagine, because we are building businesses. So we are documenting all of it. Other than that, we love you. Have a very, very successful week.
Love ya.
Thank you for tuning in to the TrepTECH podcast. But if you like what you heard, go on to Apple Podcast and bring her a 5-star review. And also, if you want to check out her service while she transforms mindsets, navigating entrepreneurship, leveraging technology, building relationships while bridging the gap in your business, check out TrepTECHacademy.com. That's TrepTECHacademy.com.